What are we going to do the first time we get an order for mushroom pizza?
That's a great question. That is an awesome question. And you should keep that in mind. What are you going to do? Bad boys, bad boys. Wait a minute. I got to redo Mike's character. He's going to be a member of the Shroom Gang. Yeah, that's the new name for you guys. It could be the Shroom Gang. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Anyway, thank you, Brian. That's all I needed to know. That's my intention. So, at some point, I'm going to go from 1 mushroom to 2, or 2 to 1.
Safe.
And then I'm going to start. Well, do I want to do that? No, I'm not going to do it yet. No, I'm going to do it yet because these might be breeders, and I may need them to cross pollinate.
On your shoulder? That's disgusting.
Better than on my face.
Yeah, little adolescent boys throwing their spore everywhere.
I can't wait till I get a couple puffball mushrooms.
Are we live yet, Brian?
Actually, yes, we are actually live. Welcome back, everybody, to the Mystic Syndicate. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Brian. And this evening, we are on episode 57 of A Princess of Celene, a custom content Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, if you've been here since we started the stream, we've been talking about Tomas's mushroom friends. So we'll be expounding upon that further down the road. There's just so much that can be done. But yes.
They don't like being referred to as mushroom people.
Fireball.
The mushroom people. Yeah. So, but no, everybody, welcome back. Just a quick reminder for those people who are watching the stream later on Twitch. We are coming up to very, very soon where we will actually not be streaming on Twitch any longer. We're just going to be recording and then uploading to YouTube and things of that nature. Of course, the podcast will still be there, but we are kind of stepping away from the streaming part of it, and that's okay. I don't think that's going to be a big issue. So just keep that in mind. Yes.
What about if we ever streamed make streaming a special evening, and then we bring people in to just us casually talking and bullshitting versus gaming? We talked about that before.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we could do stuff like that. That's really no problem. I mean, it's not that the account is going away. The account is just going to be sitting there. But what I'm doing is I'm unplugging it from all of the money that it's siphoning out of my wallet.
Not reasonable.
Yeah. So
I guess that's why. Is if we want to do giveaways, is there another means if we do something?
You can actually live stream on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll just live stream it on YouTube and not even bother with Twitch. But that's okay. So yeah. So for those people who have are followers here on Twitch, make sure that if you want to continue, make sure you visit our YouTube channel. All you have to do is type in The Mystic Syndicate in a Google browser and you'll find us. We're literally right up there at the top because we're that good. So yeah, definitely do that. So before we get started, as always, we like to do introductions, and of course, we're going to start with Melinda.
I am Melinda. I play Grenna Babbleboots, a gnomon appearing ranger. And apparently I have a pet bear that we have not given a name to yet.
All right. I'm Mike. I'm playing Kiffy Blackhammer, a dwarf presenting dwarf.
My pronouns are short and stout.
But I am not a teapot.
My pronouns is Coke can. Anyway, hi, I'm Ed. I play Lord Ambassador Tomas Waverly, and I'm currently also the host of two Morellians, Morel and Button.
Hello, I'm Pav. I play Kelix Zeladin, a human paladin of Heronius.
I play Jarngrimmer Toffermather Halderson, a fire mage who is going to need therapy after all of these mushroom crap thingies. And my pronouns are John Holmes.
Wasn't he at least bisexual, if not gay?
I wouldn't know.
Died of AIDS? Anyway.
Timble, Sniven, Blaven, artist, and Freeman.
No longer Chancellor?
No longer Chancellor. No longer politically tied to things that I didn't want to be politically tied to. Yeah, I'm free to paint what I like, do what I like, and yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All righty. Very good. So the last time that we were all together, which fortunately for us was last week, which is rare that we get a chance to play 2 weeks in a row. You all had traveled to the city of Pelik for a armistice meeting, which was held between the combatants Bissell and her allies, and the Empire of Ket and her ally, and it went off pretty well. There was a little bit of some strangeness going on. The Exalted Lady, Saye Khatib, who everyone kind of has a feeling it was actually
that's Adra's black ass.
Adra, the drow sorceress in disguise. Of course, they weren't totally sure, but they had a sneaky feeling that was actually the case. Afterwards, there was a grand ball where those who were in attendance of the armistice meeting were able to mix and mingle. And I believe that it's actually kind of where we left off. Not too long after Timble had made a quick run over to Mrs. Plum's and had a chance to chat with Vitram Harefoot, a master thief and assassin, who he asked to help them kind of sweep the castle there at Pelik for possible spies or items that may have been left by Adra, if that was Adra. Hard to tell. So, that, I believe, is where we left off. So the evening was wrapping up, I believe, once Timble got back. It was probably about another hour or two after that. And, actually, it was a full day sort of thing. So it's actually going on longer, also into the night. There's food is prepared, of course. But you all don't have to stick around for that. That is totally up to you. You have free reign to do as you like and please.
Kelix is going to hang around. He's not leaving until this do is done.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything specific, special? Want to know something?
If the ambassador or not the ambassador, what was his title?
Freeholder.
No, he was like he had a specific title for his realm. I'll find it.
Yeah.
if he's there, it's like assemblyman or something like that. If he's there, I'd like to talk to him real quick and get just an overview of what's going on back in the yeomanry. I've been away a while. Have we determined how long approximately it's been since we've traveled the world? Are we like on year 2 yet?
Yeah, you guys have been gone probably for a while. Let's try to figure it out, because I mean, there were some stretches of time where you guys had some downtime and things that I would say that it was closer to probably since the time that you were on the battlefield there at Thornwood to now is probably close to about 2 years. It has been a quite an adventure.
Okay. So in that time, so in theory, if I had a child, it'd be about a year and 3 months ish time. So got it. Okay.
Right.
Is there any news? What is the news of the yeomanry? Maybe I don't want to let on that I don't know I have a kid, but I'm kind of dancing around like what news from my family? Like,
Okay, well, he didn't really have, because you had asked this a little bit of him before,
Yep.
but he didn't really have a lot of information. Your family has been extremely busy with the new company that they have formed, so them showing up at court has been kind of hit or miss. So he really doesn't know that much. He just knows that right now, most of your family is in Greyhawk for the Greyhawk exhibition.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And are they there on an official capacity, or are they there on a financial expedition?
They are there kind of in both. They are representatives, ambassadors, as you would say, from the yeomanry to Greyhawk. But they are also there for their own monetary gain. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Great. All right, got it. I'm assuming with the influx of coinage coming in that the yeomanry is making great strides.
Oh well, yeah. As a matter of fact, the monies that that had been were being brought in from the Gas and Power Consortium that was created by your family was a primary monetary avenue of supply to Bissell for the war effort.
Bitches, I've been paying for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. All right.
Well, you had to have some skin in the game.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, better than my foreskin. But
You have a child. I think that's been in the game too.
Boom.
Ryan,
Yes.
Xian Zohair
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
is he around?
Oh yeah, of course.
I would like to appraise him of the situation. Let him know that we're going to have some of Vitram's people looking around. I would like him to perhaps escort me and anyone else who would like to go poking in corners to see if we can find anything. In some of the, I guess, more elevated areas where, the Margrave's area of, his home space within the castle, all of that stuff.
Okay.
And I would let Plenty know we're doing this and might poke around in her cabinets too.
Okay. Alrighty. So,
Make sure they're safe.
so yeah, is there anyone else who wants to join in this search, or is everybody more caught up with the ball itself?
I think for Kellex, he's essentially just on guard. He's going to kind of stay near the Margrave during this time. So
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a really bad feeling, so I'm kind of While I was dancing, I'm not dancing anymore.
Okay.
Kippy don't dance.
Kippy don't dance.
Oh, he's no friend of Tomas, probably.
It's like dwarves don't surf. Yeah.
Well, you know the dance stomp. That's a dwarven dance.
Okay. So, Temple, you and Zohair and a few other of the guards and things like that have taken leave and have started to go floor to floor, checking things, checking alcoves, checking empty rooms and the like. And
Looking for secret doors and
okay.
things like that too.
Can you give me
make sure that
Can you give me 3 investigation checks?
Ooh, 3 each or 3 total?
3 total.
Yeah, you're doing intimidation.
Oh, ouch.
it's so great.
Okay. So yeah, I guess
Is this one where
Give me
you
your
use
clue,
the-
I'll kill you.
Hey, Alvin, you rolled intimidation, not investigation.
Yeah, why are
Oh,
you intimidating
yeah,
me? Let's try
He's
that again.
intimidating the wall.
Let's try that again.
It's because he's fucking with you subliminally.
Oh, okay.
It's still intimidation.
It's still intimidation. What are you doing? Oh, Lord.
He's threatening the clues to come out.
All right, so here we go.
Investigation, Goober.
I'm getting it out.
He's figuring it out.
Oh, I'm getting it
Oh,
out.
there you go. Oh, much better. Okay.
Oh, smart. This is low cunning. I like this idea.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned because you only have a +3 in intimidation, but you have a massive +12 in investigation. So I'm sitting here looking at your numbers going, how?
And because I'm over 10, I get the automatic.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like,
Well, when
Okay.
you get to 12, you get to order off the big boy menu.
Nice. Okay. So, yes, as you are going through, you're checking out some different rooms and alcoves and things in the hallways, not too very far away from the hall itself. You find something that I need you to also make 1 perception check. Oh shit. Okay, wow. As soon as you see it, you immediately recognize it and you realize what you have found sort of tucked back away in a small alcove is the ring that Kellex had purchased for Melda.
He doesn't know about it. How much is it worth?
Now, if you remember the last person...
Actually, I didn't purchase it. I actually took it from the Dragon Horde.
Oh, that's right.
Ah.
That's right. You took it from the Dragon Horde.
Yep.
But do you remember the last time you saw this ring?
Oh, I do. But I don't know that Albie found it.
Yeah, you don't know that Albie found it. But Albie's standing there with it in his palm, looking at it.
I didn't touch it.
You're not touching it? Okay, fine.
I've learned not to drink the... no, I haven't. I would still drink it.
Yeah, you would still drink the acid. Yes.
I would drink the acid. It's in his nature. All right. Well, where is it located? Is there any portent that I might glean from it being?
So this alcove has like a small pillar in it, and sitting on top of the pillar is a plant. And this plant is a night blooming jasmine. So being that it usually is taken out during the day, but brought in at night so that it can actually bloom and fill the fill the hallways with that jasmine scent. But you can see that it has obviously been there or placed there very, very recently.
Well, I'm not going to touch it. I will turn to one of the guards and say, could you bring Kellex and perhaps I don't know. I would think bring everyone who will come. Tell them that I have found something and I'd like to have everyone here to be.
Okay. So while you
If
were,
anyone knows anything in the dark there.
okay, so while you were off searching the castle, Kellex, you notice that Pliny walks, or actually she moves with purpose over to the Margrave and whispers in his ear. You see his eyebrows raise in surprise, and also his brow furrows with worry. Give me a perception check to see if you can hear them.
Since I was up there with Margaret, can I throw with that too?
Sure.
Yes, crit.
Damn. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Both of you over here. You hear Pliny say to him that, Your Highness, it seems as though we have a problem. We have found a corpse on the road north, and it is someone that I think it's definitely someone we need to. It's something we need to address. I hate to tear you away. Yeah, you see them. You see Timothy Truelight stand, and he just looks over at you, Kellex, and also you, Tomas, and he says, "Gentlemen, I think I might need your assistance."
Yay!
And I say, Avenger or Guardians of Greyhawk, assemble!
Form of a mug of ale.
Act like we like you.
Indeed, your Margrave. You think everything here will be okay? I mean, you do have guards, but I'm just concerned of anything happening while we're gone.
Yeah, Pliny says, well, the guards have been doubled, Lord Kellex, so I think it would probably be fine. I know that Major Babbleboots has made sure that those who are in attendance are aware, the guards. So I trust that she has this under control. As you kind of scan the crowd, you can actually see Grinna is in a spot where she can see everything, but a lot of people can't see her. So you kind of figured.
So do I notice? Do I notice anything?
You saw all of this going down. You saw
awesome.
Lenny. You saw the Margrave stand up, and you also saw him talking with Kellex and Tomas.
Can I hear what they're saying?
You're really too far away.
Okay.
I mean, the music is pretty loud. There are people talking and chatting, so you would not be able to hear them, but you definitely can see what they're doing. And you can give me an insight check if you would like.
I like.
Okay. Did it work? Did it work? Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you realize, I mean, you could see the Margrave's face. You could tell that there's obviously something that is awry. There is a flash of worry. And he stands up and, of course, talks with Kelix and Tomas as they start to make their way back out of the hall and to a private, there's a private hallway, sort of like how royalty would be able to use a special hall to be able to get away from a situation or be able to get to a different part of the castle quickly. And you know this you know this hallway quite well. I mean, you've been down it probably countless times.
For lack of a better term, the representative of the yeomanry, if I can catch his eye, I'll kind of nudge him over real quick, and I'll say, you might want to put that tankard down. The ale here has kind of gone sour. Kind of being like a political catchphrase, like a safe word, to maybe try and tip him off. Like I'm trying to instill a message. Would that be a persuasion check?
Yep. Nice. Yeah, he gets the gist of what you were trying to tell him, and he immediately kind of goes on an on guard sort of stance. He's sort of keeping an eye on everything, head on a swivel, as you all are heading back. Are you all following the Margrave, or what are you doing? I don't want to assume.
Yeah, we're following. I'm trying to get the attention of Yarn and Kiffy. Timble's not there, so. And I guess Grinna, just to let her know that we're leaving the hall with the Margrave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you hear Tomas go, "We are leaving!"
Kiffy's just standing around taking advantage of the free drinks, so he definitely would rather not be here, so he will quickly use any excuse to get out.
Duck out. Okay. Cool.
How far away are you from me?
I'm sorry, you were kind of breaking up.
How far are they from me, like feet wise?
You're probably looking at about 45 feet off.
Okay, so I'm gonna send to Kelix's brain. I'm on my way, and then I'm gonna make my way down.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty, so
I read it in my mind.
Okay, so Temple, you were sending who back, a guard, or was you sending Zian?
Good, I need them post haste.
Oh, okay. So by the time he gets back, they're not even in the room except for, I don't know if Yarn is still there. Okay, are you still at the ball?
At the
or
party.
Okay, so you're okay. So yeah, so they would be able to find Yarn. So that's at least a good thing. All right, so the rest of you are heading down this hallway behind the Margrave. Yes,
We're splitting.
yeah, we're splitting the party.
Yay, because that's always a good idea.
Okay,
It's not like you guys couldn't track us down if you needed us.
That is true.
okay. So the ones who are following the Margrave, you all end up in a small room, a little bit further off of what you would consider a servant's entrance. It doesn't look like it's been used in some time. But when you walk in, you do realize that it looks to be some sort of old table, might have been used maybe 100, 150 years ago. It looks like it's seen much better days. You see that there are two rangers from Bissell are standing there. And there is obviously a body under a sort of a burlap sheet or piece of cloth. The Margrave walks in, and you all walk in behind him. You can tell that there's a light stench of decay, and the Margrave looks over and says, show me, who is this? And as they pull back the burlap, you see the face of the Exalted Lady Saye Khatib.
Do we know how long she's been
Margaret.
dead?
You can give me a investigation check. We'll see if you can figure that out. Or actually, I wonder if a medicine check would be probably better. Well,
Okay.
investigation would also work because you could see like bugs.
Nope.
Bugs.
Look, it's a dead body.
Oh, look, it's
It smells really nice.
Okay, so are you trying to intimidate the body, Tomas?
How dead are you? Tell me now.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, so as Tomas gets in there and starts digging around a little bit, he's bringing out his CSI kit and starts poking around the body. Tomas, you realize that this body is probably about 2.5 to 3 days old.
You're muted, Ed.
This is not a bad thing.
You know what? I was getting ready to say you should be grateful. So for what you're about to receive, you're truly grateful. Anyway, 2 to 3 days. So in my Quincy ME kind of pose, I'm like, and this was north on like the North Road, or
Yes.
how was she killed?
It looks as though she was. There was some extremely dark magics were used upon her, but these are not shadow. From what you were able to tell by what was left behind, it was more necromantic in nature, not as much shadow.
Necromantic. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. All right.
I think with Kellick's being on alert, he's going to look at the Margrave and say, Lord, I think we need to end the ball, ensure your guests are secure.
I would disagree. I would say let everything go normal, and because this is the target, they're not the target. Let them go home. We don't create any type of chaos in the world that we can move, and they don't know we know.
Okay, so while you guys, So while you guys are discussing that, Timble, you're the person that you sent to the ball has alerted Yarn to a situation. Yarn, are you going to follow this person to Timble, or what is your plan?
Yeah, I'll follow that person to Timble.
Okay. So, Timble, if you just briefly, just a moment or two later, this guard comes back with Yarn in tow, but you see that no one else is with him. It is strictly just Yarn.
Immediately, my first question is going to be, Yarn, where is everyone?
They ran off.
They ran off.
They ran off.
So they went for a merry jog.
Tomas went out the door. Kellick's went out the door. Grinna went out the door. Kiffy went out the door.
Did anyone else go out the door?
Yeah, a whole bunch of other people. True Heart.
A bunch of other people.
True Light, and then the yeomanry guy. They all went out. I heard something about a body. So.
You want to see a body?
No. That was a sucky movie, too.
No, that was an awesome movie. Shut up.
Well,
if you're a Wesley Crusher fanboy, yeah, I can see why.
Oh, wrong movie. River's Edge.
Stand By Me.
I know. No, I'm talking about River's Edge. Albie knows what movie I'm talking about.
Anyway, so they went out the door. They said something about a body. I figured they'll be back soon. And I didn't want everybody to disappear because I wanted us to have some artillery in reserve.
Well, to show you, and I don't know, but why would Milda's ring be laying right there on this pedestal?
The ring that he got for her to.
The engagement ring.
The last time I saw that ring, it was unavailable.
So,
just a second. Detect magic.
Okay. It has a faint magical aura.
Well, I'm not detecting it on that item. I'm doing it in an area.
Okay. That's really about the only thing that glows is just that and
my staff
and your stuff. Yeah, anything the temple's carrying. That yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. No.
How did that happen? Yeah.
I'm gonna look for a trap, anything obvious and such. I don't know. You want me to roll investigation or a sleight of hand? I don't know which is the appropriate thing these days for
to detect traps. I would say investigation would be the best way to go.
Oh, there's one there I didn't notice.
Wow. Okay. No, you did not detect a trap, and from yarn is what you're looking at. I mean, no one has touched this ring. It wasn't like it was hidden well. It was like somebody wanted somebody to find it.
It's a message.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm just a little. I'm looking here at Timble's roll. He did a failed roll. He obviously rolled a 1, but with all his bonus, he still got a 22. Holy shit!
It is kind of crazy.
Focused on level 14, so it adds up.
That ring. Timble, can I see it for a moment?
I haven't picked it up. I'm not touching it.
Okay, very good. I'm not touching it either. I'm going to try identify on it.
Okay.
It's a ring.
No shit.
Okay.
Well, because that's one of those, we never looked at it or anything else. So I'm thinking, is there some sort of property with it? Is there a...
Brian, when we originally looked at the Horde, I'm going to assume Russ cast his magic aura. Was this ring magical then?
No.
Bless you, good sir.
Thank you. That's the difference, Russ. If it wasn't magical before, somebody's cast something on it, curse or whatever is my guess, but I'm not there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should have the guards guard this space and no one touch it until we can get everyone here to look at it.
Did the Identify come up with anything?
Yeah, so what the Identify did come up with, yes, that there is some, it seems to be a type of curse was placed upon it, but you're not really too sure exactly what what the curse will do to the person who touches the ring.
Well, Brian, I'd like you to go to my character sheet.
Okay.
I have a pair of pliers.
I figured you had tools. Yeah. Okay.
I got one more, guys. I divination.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find out what is the deal with this ring. What happened to it? Where did the curse come from? What is the curse?
Okay, very good. So I think with divination, does it give you kind of does it show you what has occurred, or is it something that you can look at the browser history on this ring?
No, for my spell, it connects me to whatever plane that I contact.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking with a representative of a deity.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's very good. Okay.
And my deity, I think my deity is Noribo. I'm not sure. Whatever the
Okay.
let me look. Let me
So
look.
it's like calling tech support.
Yeah, it's calling tech support. That's not it.
Hello. My name is.
Hello, you've reached the outer planar regions, or how? What do you want? What question do you have?
Yeah. What sort of mundane thing are you trying to get me into? What do you want?
Can you read me the error code, please? The error code.
Zerbo. My
an-
god is Zerbo.
There's an error code on
Click
it.
on my computer.
You can have my hairpiece.
Yep.
Okay.
My god is Zerbo.
Okay. So as you cast this spell, you're able to kind of get a glimpse into probably the last. I'm going to say that you were able to get a glimpse into the last day and a half of what has happened to this ring. Okay. So if for those people who may or may not remember where the ring was before it showed up here, it was actually brought to the Queen in Celene by Temple of all people to be used in a very symbolic art piece for to figure, to kind of paint the picture, so to speak. And how it showed up here is very disturbing because Yarn, what you were seeing in through this spell is that there is you can't see their face. All you can see is kind of this blur, but it is a person who has access, who had access to that room. You can see that it is a female. She walks in, takes the ring. As she does so, you see that her hands turn into they form into the hooked claws of a crone as she. You can see that there is some sort of power being generated through her hands, and therein lies that's where it just kind of ends.
Fucking Sentai.
Get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
But as the spell is slowly kind of fading, or what you're able to see, all you see is the same crone-like figure standing over a bed, and you can't really see who is laying on the bed, but all you see are two small legs are laying on the bed. The body of this woman is blocking who is on the bed. All you're seeing is this is like you're looking from the back. Okay. But the room is familiar to you.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So that's what you see.
Kimball, you hear me say fucking Sentai.
Well, that's not who I thought it would be.
Me either.
Did that show you anything? Did they further desecrate Melda's grave?
No, nothing about that. However, I think the young princess may be in danger.
So the
That
ring,
would
is it
put it in the whole bag of holding.
Okay. So you take your pliers and you pick up the ring and you place it in the back of
Whoa,
holding.
whoa! Don't
No?
place in the bag of holding. That's an important thing. That's got some high quality poo in there that we want to make sure that doesn't get tainted for the
Okay,
mushroom people, the Marillions.
you ain't there. Shut the fuck up.
That is true.
My best bet is
Here's the thing. I don't want to go digging to get the ring out.
I don't see we have anything else that can actually carry it without us being affected by it.
I have a simple pouch to put it in.
Okay. I still don't know that would be insulation enough to prevent the curse. Do you see what I say? See what I'm saying? Because the bag of holding is an extra dimensional space. Hold on. I got it. I recall the chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say Leoman's tiny chest is what I just said. For that.
I recall my chest.
Okay.
And I place it, I pick it up with the pliers and I place it in there.
I'm giving you a pouch to put it in. And then you can put it in the chest.
Okay. Very
Further
good. Thank you.
information.
Okay. Very good. So, yes.
Now, if anything happens, see this little chest right here? That's how you access my chest.
Okay.
Do we have to have the command word or something like that?
Yes.
I don't think you can pass it around.
No, I'm telling him.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I know things.
Okay. So while all that is going on, I'm going to pivot back over to the folks with the dead body. So as the knowledge of who is laying there on the table kind of sinks in, the Margrave sort of quickly turns to you, Kellex, and says, "Well, if she's been dead for 2 days, who signed the document? And does this mean that we are still at war with Zyph?"
And we have some suspicion.
That's a good question.
And now we have a dead diplomat on a table in our castle.
You have a body. You don't have a dead diplomat. Right now you have a body. But later you may not have a body.
Is there a pig farm? Is there a pig farm near here?
And here I thought he would have gone to the mushrooms first.
What it processes, I don't want to put the mushrooms on them. That'd be weird.
We're not going to desecrate a dead body.
You draw the line there.
Instead of saying, "Hey, do you want to see a dead body?" It's like, "Hey, do you want to go desecrate a dead body?" Hey, Albie, I was telling Steph the other day about fucking bunker hopping and shit like that over in the Gulf, and yeah,
all that crazy. Yeah.
So Kellex is going to look at the Margrave and basically explain, I think this is why we may want to end this evening sooner. If we can get them just to go home, that's fine. I agree with Lord Tomas here. You know, we don't want to cause any kind of chaos, but obviously,
okay,
there's things afoot.
Okay. So, he turns to Pliny and says, "I believe that this is probably a good idea. We should see if we can get folks to go ahead and retire for the evening." She readily agrees and starts to make her way back out of the room and back into the Great Hall.
Where did the Rangers actually look at the Rangers? Where did you actually find the ambassador?
We actually found her probably about 5 hours out of town along the North Road out of Pellic. So she'd been left in the forest there. We had noticed that buzzards were circling, and so we decided to investigate. And when we did, we found this woman.
And
Did you by chance find it if there was a struggle? Was her body dragged there?
No, as you can see, and you all have seen this before. The damage definitely looks magical, but it looks as though like dark veins are crisscrossed her face and her arms. Any exposed flesh looks like it is putrefaction times 5. It looks terrible, but yeah, you could definitely see that she, while she was not out too long in the elements, the magic itself definitely was very probably
was
best
she
way.
Nude when she came in? Was she nude, or did she have clothes on?
Well, if you remember, what she was wearing did not seem to kind of fit the occasion. So it was when you saw the Saye person, it did not seem to be the same clothing. The clothing she's wearing right now looks more regal and more befitting the station of an ambassador. But you can see that the magics that were used upon her also destroyed portions of it, so it would not have been serviceable.
Lord Tomas, do you think we need to tell the Princess Elzar what we have here?
I
mean, obviously they were allies at some point, but now I'm wondering if she's also more likely in danger.
Yeah, we should warn them, definitely. I'm still... So she's in better clothes, more for a more regal event. Did they place her in those clothes? Like, the reason I'm going is, like, sometimes you find a dead body, you try to make it more presentable versus just bringing her up there in pieces, parts, and...
No.
Did they... Okay.
No, this was the way she was found. So you're kind of believing that she was on her way to Pellic, and was waylaid before she arrived, and someone was able to obviously copy her likeness and present themselves as the Exalted Lady.
Yep, I got it. So, got it. And, yeah. And there were no other bodies like her entourage or anything like that?
No. You didn't find any. They didn't find any other bodies.
That's a good question. You would have thought that somebody of that important would have some kind of entourage.
Well, this is an ed perception check. And in my mind, I think it is. There should be an entourage. It's odd, like the body is placed. I'm suspicious. Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe the Princess Elzar may know if anybody traveled with her, or did they travel together?
Well, if you remember, she had not actually. The meeting was the first time she had ever met Saye Al-Khatib. That the Exalted Lady had actually arrived in town earlier than she did.
So obviously we need to find out how she arrived and if she arrived with anybody. Did she arrive by magic, or did she arrive? I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be a long ride from Zyph by carriage, or
most likely
overland.
She probably teleported into Ket and then came down from Ket. Being that the folks in Zyph do not have any magical connection to Pellic.
Good.
Well, so, yeah.
They didn't. I don't know if they have that. They may have that now. That was out of character. Yeah, I think maybe we ought to find out how she arrived. Maybe dig a little deeper in there.
Okay. Well, cool. All righty. So, pivoting back over to Timble and Yarn. So you have placed this ring in the chest. Great. Where are you heading to now?
Back to the great room.
Okay, cool. So once you arrive back at the great room, you see that Pliny is going around talking to guests, especially those who were the royalty that signed the documents, and you just kind of. She didn't see you. Are you going to? I mean, I don't know what you're planning on doing.
I'm going directly to her.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, she once you approach and get her attention, she looks at you, Temple, and she says, "Oh, we seem to have a very, very dreadful problem. If you take
Where are they?
If you take the secret hallway, take it back to the very back to the old servants' quarter room. It's right there on the left. They're all in there." And she goes and she gets back to work telling people. You can see that people are starting to make their way out as guards start to they're not presenting themselves, or but you can see that the guards are now extremely on a heightened alert as they are watching everybody start to say their goodbyes, say their good evenings as they start making their way towards the exit. So you follow, you head down that hallway, and then you finally get to the room. The rest of you, the door kind of creaks open a little bit, and you see Timble and Yarn walk in. As soon as you walk in, you see that the body of the Exalted Lady is laying there on the table.
Fucking Adra.
Fucking Sentisha.
Not this time.
We don't know that. But in cahoots, timing is just a little too tight.
Are you guys talking out loud when you're
Yeah.
mentioning this, or is this out of character talk?
No, this is in character.
Yeah,
we're arguing.
But you guys are in the room with us now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kellex looks over. What about Sentasha?
Seems we have problems with threats and messages being sent. Yarn, please.
What?
Can I have it? Can I have it?
I would prefer not.
What message?
Duly noted. Can I have it?
Let's explain what we're talking about. And then if the consensus is we need to bring it back, I will. Is that acceptable?
Okay, I discovered a ring in an alcove. One that we know. Seems that Melda's resting place has been violated. We have your wedding ring.
All right. What?
Yes, as your hand sweeps down to the hilt of your sword, you feel its warmth and power radiating through you enough to push back the darkness that you almost feel that you want to give into it. But you know that by doing that, this room would erupt in chaos so quickly. But yes, with the 16, you're able to hold it.
That's impossible. You sure? Are you mistaken?
No.
I am not. If you remember, I've held it and been with it, giving it to Queen Yolanda and all of that. I know the ring, and it's the ring. Again, it's a message, clearly.
Now, there are two
May I
things.
see it?
There are two things that you need to know before I bring it back.
Yep.
One, it's cursed. I don't know what the curse is, but it is
Curse
cursed.
has been laid upon it.
Number two, I asked for divine guidance on it. And the curse was put on there by Santaisha. And I feel that the young princess is in danger. Now, if you must
explain your
if you absolutely must see it, I'll bring it back. But right now, it is in a space where no one can touch it.
Look, I went over a 10, so I guess you can see that Kellex is heavily contemplating. He really truly wants to ensure that this is the ring, but I think he gets a little sense knocked, in his head, thinking might not be the best thing to do right now.
When has Yarn ever said no?
Oh, plenty of times.
But really meant it. Oh,
So Kellex turns back to the Margrave and basically, I think we need to end this night. And I have a feeling we will not be staying in Pellic much longer. We have something to deal with.
And I do believe that we really need to be searching and looking in the castle grounds just to be safe. We don't know that Adra did not bring people with her and place them. The Drow are known for being able to find a good hiding spot, start getting settled in and doing a number of things.
okay. We're back to. I think
Stitch,
no.
I recommend you think of.
I think that we don't know who the person was. We've gotten too many conflicting things in the last little bit. The person that signed the document might have been Santaisha. It might have been Adra. I'd like to think it was Adra.
We do need to see the document.
And as the Margrave mentioned, are we still at war? I mean, with
That's what
Zeif,
I'm
yes,
concerned.
I think
you are still. Bissell is still at war with Zeif. There was no one from Zeif that signed that document. As a matter of fact,
so this is where we
because that one signature is false, the document is worthless.
well, we definitely need to get let Lady Elzar know.
We definitely need to put our forces on alert, because if that's the case, maybe Zeif's going to sit there and do a sneak attack.
She needs to get back to her country.
I don't think she needs her country. Because Zeif, I don't think is it.
You don't think Zeif's a threat to Ket?
Less of a threat.
Well, I think Zeif is a threat to the world at this point, and it's
I know,
not
but
really Zeif.
Ket is between us and between Zeif and Bissell and the rest of the world.
Illa's life is most assuredly in danger. She needs help because she's kill her, put somebody on the throne who's happy to continue the war, and we're right where we were at before.
Well,
This ex-
let's let Princess Elzar or Empress Elzar make that decision for herself. She does need to know.
Agreed.
I think that's the thing. We're operating under the assumption that, well, obviously we want to keep the perception that the treaties are in place. Again, if we go around announcing this,
I'm not saying go to the ball and announce it all, but the Empress Elzar, she needs.
So we can't be a bunch of murder hobos and go off like saying, "Hey, oh shit, arm the fucking watchtowers and light the things of Rohan like Gandalf did." Man, what's up with that, yo? Anyway,
I don't have a problem with that. I'm down with that. But yeah.
I think we need to do it covertly. And by the way, it's not our kingdom. She needs to do it. She's the empress.
Yep.
And Timothy needs to do it.
Yep.
Is True Light in here or True Heart?
Yeah,
True
Light.
he's
Yeah,
yep.
True Light's there.
He's probably heard all we've just talked about.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm going to say, Your Excellency, to arms.
Yes, I feel that that's probably the best prudent decision. He looks down at Pliny and says, "Can you get the officers to the throne room? We need to meet immediately." She immediately snaps to attention and says, "Of course, my lord," and she leaves. The rest, you see that the Margrave just looks over at one of the rangers and he said, "I think probably the best thing we could do at this point in time is have someone cast General Repose." He looks around and says, "Does one of you happen to have that ability that we could use?" Okay.
Unless Kiffy wants to do it.
I can do it. No problem.
You the cleric. I'm the mage.
Okay. So Kiffy, as you approach this body and you use your powers upon it, your hammer, which has been on your back at this time, glows a brilliant bluish color. And as it does so, the General Repose is placed upon the Exalted Lady's corpse. But as it does, it drives away the black veins that have shot through her body. It's like she is not just general reposed. It's like her
sanctified.
She's like, maybe kind of like sanctified, but restored in death. So you've never seen that happen before, but obviously it's just some sort of side effect of your hammer, and the power that sort of is generated by the hammer itself. Yeah.
I never thought Kippy's hammer would become so strong around dead people.
Yeah, normally hammers produce kids, not dead people.
Well, it's a two-god hammer, so you never know. Plus dwarves.
Plus dwarves.
So it's the god hammer and the two counterbalances. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely not one for normally doing this to the deceased, but what about speak with dead? Is there something we can learn more from the lady here?
I think if you're going to do that much, we probably should get Ila in here. I mean,
a more discreet location.
Yeah, we need to get her involved so she knows the breadth of what's happening. And
totally get it, but
yeah.
This is just as a thought.
Yep.
Okay.
An option.
I've got a problem.
What's the problem?
The trade-off between Speak with Dead and the information that we get.
Okay.
I mean, I personally think that spell is just not right.
It's okay. It's okay, Russ. I'll ask the questions.
Once again, I think that spell is not right. But, if anybody was going to ask the questions, it would be Ed, because he's fucking not right.
Well, there is that.
Well, I think we need to get the young Empress in here.
Okay. So you can send someone out to... Uh-oh. Did we
Where
lose?
the hell did she go?
I think we lost somebody.
Melinda. She'll be back.
This is ground control to
There she
Major
is.
Battle
Major
Boots.
Tom.
Turn on your camera.
I'm working on it. You guys all froze, and then my computer went, nope.
we all became mimes.
You did. Well, you became frozen mimes.
Frozen
I think Russ was going, it's okay.
Okay. So.
I think
All right. So, what are we doing? We're getting additional people in here.
Okay.
What are we going to do inside of all of this? What is our part in this?
Okay. So you sent someone out to get the Empress, correct?
And Lady Ilya, because Temple wanted her as well.
No.
No?
Hila is who I said.
Hila. Okay, I thought you said Ilya.
Okay. Yeah, so you sent...
I would want Raven before I would want...
Actually, I was thinking that.
It was on...
Okay. So, you send someone out to get the Empress, and it takes probably about a good 5 minutes, because she was actually preparing, because the ball was over. She was just saying her goodbyes to the nobles that were there. And she was actually, it looked as though they were getting ready to return back to Lapola. But she was stopped in time and brought back to the room. And as soon as the door opens and she's escorted in by one of the guards, she looks down at the body. Of course, she's in shock. Like, it's very strange to, see somebody that she was just talking to just a mere probably 5 hours before. And she immediately looks over at the Margrave, and she says, Lord Timothy, what is this? You can see that she is very surprised, and also a little bit, she seems a little concerned. The Margrave just says, well, it seems as though we have a problem. And she says, I suppose you were correct. Why are you what has happened here? And go ahead.
I was just going to say, just simply explain to her. It was found, the body, on the side of the road, on the North Road. Apparently a few days old. The person that she has been traveling with and speaking with could not have been the lady. I don't remember her name. Forgive me.
Okay, so the Exalted Lady's name is Saye Al-Khatib. Okay, so she's... You can see that she's kind of at a loss for words. The Margrave sort of steps in and says, I think that the situation at hand is that while the truce signed by myself and you this afternoon, I believe holds, it seems as though that the war with the Empire Zyph is still at our doorstep. She turns to look at the rest of you and says, "This was not planned by me. Trust me, I was not a part of this." Give me an insight check if you would like.
Ooh.
Nice. Kellex. Okay, so yeah, Kellex, as you're sitting here studying her face, you realize that she not only is telling you the truth, it looks as though she is fearful that something is about to happen. She doesn't feel comfortable.
We believe you. Yep.
Okay.
If Thomas were a rapper, he'd say, when the shit goes down, what the fuck you gonna do? Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta.
But fortunately, he's not.
I don't even know what to say. As the DM is left speechless. Okay.
That seems to happen. Okay. Your Excellency, we are not suspecting you. You have nothing to fear. Our problem here is that the document that was signed by you, Bissell, the rest of the allies, and Ket, and Zyph.
Right.
The signature for Zyph was by a person who was not authorized to sign for Zyph. Now, what that means, in the legalist terms, is everything needs to be re-signed without that person. Otherwise, we're still at war.
So we need a representative from Zyph to return here?
No, we need to sign it without Zyph.
Oh.
Because I think that regardless of what Zyph does, there's going to be conflict between Bissell and Zyph.
Understandable. She quickly just turns after speaking to the Margrave, and she says, "Lord Timothy, you do understand that if Bissell is still at war with Zyph, I don't know how the Ket Empire can help you. We, as you well know, we were almost to the point of decimation. I don't know if I can muster enough troops to aid you." And he just says, he holds his hand up and says, "Dear lady, you need not worry. I feel that," and as he looks around at the rest of you, he says, "I believe that we're going to be in good hands." You can see she relaxes a little bit at that. Again, she sort of scans the room, meeting each of your gaze, as you can see that her composure returns a little bit to her, and so yeah, you can see that she's probably a little bit more at ease.
I think the grave concern here is for your life. I would not put it beyond Zyph in your weakened state to have you assassinated and a puppet put on the throne. So I am not certain how safe it would be for you to return to your homeland.
Well, I could always go back to the embassy in Greyhawk. It's not my favorite place. I mean, it seemed like I was in prison there for almost 2 years. But
well, how safe are you going to feel there? It would be quite easy for them to slip someone in. I think we need to find you a new place. More,
I was just trying to gather all these women up under Raven's door, you know, and roof and everything like that. That's what he's doing, man. He's just trying to start a harem.
I'm not certain what's wrong with that.
It's Timble's cat house. Timble's.
But actually, I was
Raven, Lady Julia.
It's Chateau de Timble.
wondering if perhaps I can't do that. I don't see perhaps you staying here under the protection of the Margrave. That would seem too much like your politically they would play that as a captive.
Right.
I think going back to the embassy is probably the best call.
She says, at this point in time, my people need me. And I think me returning home would be the best, because I need to show that I'm not running away. If I run away now, if it looks as though I'm running away, then unrest will definitely follow. I think
need to find some people to go and guard her.
Not us.
It can't be us. We have other business to.
We have too many people to kill.
I wonder if Vitram is actually tapped out at this point.
I want Audra.
I have a feeling Vitram has people and Ket. And that's just out of character.
Yeah. Well, I know, but
you could always Vitram.
But it's a special kind of people that need to be guarding her. People who work well with magic and all of that, and Adra is not, and I do believe Adra is the leader of Zyph at this point.
I agree. No, you don't understand.
Wasn't the Exalted Lady she wasn't a like the Empress or Queen? She was just a part of the family, right?
Yeah, she was just an ambassador to the royal family of Zyph.
I guess Kellick's he's actually concerned. What if Zyph is will this false Exalted Lady remain the Exalted Lady? Or is Zyph going to be actually asking where she's at?
Do I have that spell? Please tell me I have that spell.
Crap. She's gentle repose. She is able to be returned to her country, but
no.
It does beg the question.
I don't think we should return her. If there's a question, no.
Killed in someone else's country.
No body, no proof. No body, no proof.
The sad thing is, Russ and I came to this same conclusion roughly about the same time without even talking to each other about it. So.
Fucker.
Well, I'm not willing to talk about it in front of
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that. To me, that would be a bit much.
Tomas goes over to an empty window and gazes out and takes out his lute and starts singing, "No woman, no lie."
As I pick up Tomas and toss him out the window.
I bet the acoustics are better as you're falling down the side of the castle.
Or True Light, it's something you may want to consider determining if you should contact Zyph or not.
No body, no crime.
Sure how you're going to explain this.
Remember
yes.
old Russian proverb: when you have problem with man, no problem.
So since well, I'm sure there will definitely be some questions when the Exalted Lady does not return.
Yeah.
You was seen to leave your precincts.
Or
If we put her in your box,
determine
Russ,
that she
that
has
they can't.
returned and
Won't fit. Box is not big enough.
We can break her into pieces.
Won't fit. My box is not big enough.
So as this conversation is going on, people are are becoming very uncomfortable.
ignore them. Just ignore them.
Why do you guys like dismembering people?
Well, it's not that we like it. It's just so convenient.
Well, how many
I have a bad memory,
Says
so
the,
I can't
says the
remember.
wizard who doesn't like the spell Speak with Dead.
They've turned into violent janitors.
Not me. I'm Carol Burnett at the end. Nah.
I've got a bag.
I'm together.
You do have a bag.
But we'll leave that up to your discretion,
Yes,
Lord Truelight.
I'm sure I'll try to find. I'm sure there is a diplomatic solution to this. Of course, I can also hopefully depend that our allies will, of course, remain steadfast with at our backs. So we shall see.
Your Grace?
Yes.
Simply, if you can't find a worthwhile solution, please remember there are practical solutions. There are things that one must do.
Of course. So
there are a great many things that we regret that we have to do.
Boy, don't we know
many things that were done to get us to that table to sign the peace treaty. So, war's not help. Diplomacy's not even kind and virtuous. The virtuous die.
So, we need to get out of this room. We need to get moving. Sleep tonight. Tomorrow morning we go back to Celene.
I need to see Sylvia.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, he is still here in the castle. Most of the royalty that are here from different places, that the ones that were signing the documents, some of them are staying the night here. So you have several that are going to be returning home in the morning. So yeah, you Sylvia would definitely still be here, but his time here in Pellic is slowly coming to an end, so to speak. But yeah, you're able to find him in the hall. He is there talking with Queen Zan.
Mm.
So as you approach, he was talking with her. He stands and he says, yes, Lord Timble.
Do you have a moment? Forgive me, Queen Anne.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at you with her.
I'm a thinking boy.
Yeah, she says, of course. She looks over at Sylvia and says, Sylvia, we will continue this conversation later. And you kind of get you kind of pick up that it sounded
vanilla soda.
strange.
There's some vanilla soda.
Was it a fun conversation?
It sounded like it was a serious conversation.
It was cold, but it's not bad.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was strange. But oh well.
Yeah, I will take him away and say I hate doing this. But we've got information that is things are afoot.
Oh,
I'm sure that you had some idea that something was going on. We must find a quiet place that is safe from hidden ears,
of course.
prying, viewing.
So, yeah, there's like small meeting rooms that are off the side, very, very similar to the ones in Celene and instead. So, yeah, you open up one of these smaller rooms, meeting rooms, as you step inside. Is everybody stepping in with him, or is it just you and Sylvia Temple? I think I don't.
Anyone who would like to come, I'm fine. But I think we have to explain things to him.
Sure, why not?
Sylvia is I thought he was of Yolanda's court.
No,
No,
no. Sylvia is of the of Zan's Vespi. Actually, he's a cousin. So yeah, you're standing in a room. Says, so what is this all about? You all kind of disappeared about halfway through.
Well, first off, there's I'm going to tell you everything. I don't care if word gets out because I think it's important. And besides, you're a knowledgeable man. You know who to speak to and who not to speak to. We discovered the body of Saya, the lady from Zeif. She'd been killed 2 days ago, 2.5.
Yeah.
On the northern road
Ish.
and we have we have the body in the castle now. We've looked at it and done a few things in gentle repose, but it was certainly not her that signed the treaty. It could not have been. And if you think through the political ramifications, you certainly know where we're at. There will be questions calling the document completely worthless, and there'll be those that say that we are apparently at peace with everyone but Zeif. I am not certain how that will fall out. But forces here are going on alert. We're hardening the target. We're no longer open and having such a good time. I think we're waiting for the next shoe to drop from Zeif, because the person that was pretending to be the lady was, I believe, Adra. And to give you an idea, she is a powerful witch and drow sorceress. We've run into her a couple of times, and yeah, most people that we run into die. She does not. She's quite powerful. So we need to be on alert. You should probably let your queen know, because she could be in danger. It's quite. I don't know. We may need to continue this wonderful relationship with the Vespi. I don't know that your willingness. I mean, again, are we at open war with Zeif? Is that going to be the case? Are we simply going and moving into, and more espionage? and assassination, all that good stuff. That kind of dark war. But as I said, you needed to know. Your help, I'm sure, would be. Well, I know your value to Bissell, and I'm sure Timothy Truelight does too.
He says, "Wow, this is very disheartening to hear. I know that the Queen would rather this be put to bed. I mean, I'll talk to her. I'll let her know what the situation is. Most likely, she's not going to want to stay here if there is some sort of situation. So she'll probably be leaving here soon. I will let you know if there's anything that I'm sure I'll have a conversation with her. Terrible news. But of course, the armistice with Ket, though, still stands, I would hope.
We hope, but it's a matter of politics. Will it or will it not? It's a matter of time and who can politically muscle this through.
I guess we'll find out. Well, thank you for letting me know. He thanks you all and says, well, he looks over at the Margrave and says, well, it was a beautiful party. It's a shame that it's possibly going to be a waste of time and effort. So
I'll clasp his hand and say you were a great friend to Bissell. Even though I'm no longer tied to Bissell, I thank you.
He shakes your hand. He says it was definitely good working with you when you were in that in that position.
And I hope to get it behind me.
Yeah. Well, I guess
I'll let you go on your way. There's more people I need to speak to.
Oh, I'm sure. So yeah, he leaves. As you kind of figured, with that sort of news, you kind of figured that probably most of the royalty that was here is not willing to stay the evening. So who else are you wanting to chat with?
My dear Raven.
Okay. So yeah, she's pretty easy to find. She was actually working with Plenty to try to get people, out of the castle. She was kind of looking around, trying to help do a little bit of little cleanup, so to speak. So she
where was it? At Hampton Hall or here or no, somewhere else?
Okay.
Man,
I actually ended up eating it.
Do I see Lady Ilya around?
You ended up eating it?
She retired.
Oh, well.
Mute yourself, Melinda. Thank you.
Lady Ilya, has she retired to her room or?
Actually, she decided to leave early, and she is actually staying with friends in town, so she did not stay for the falling apart of festivities. So there's that. So yeah, Raven walks in and she says, "Oh, looks like some grim faces in here. Don't tell me you found something terrible, obviously."
No, there's always something terrible. Yeah. Who's with me now with her?
I thought everybody was. Or, I don't know. That's up to you.
I kind of got the feeling we were all circle wagon, like we're ready if we have to jump.
Okay, well, let's go see if we can. Let me show you something, and I'll take her down the hidden hallway and the body.
Okay. So
Excuse
yeah,
me
so,
while I
so
put this out.
open the door. The Rangers have been replaced by 2 guards. As you walk in the door, you immediately see that they go to their weapon, but once they recognize you, they relax. Raven sweeps in behind you and says, "Oh, this is very unfortunate." She looks at it and says,
I will turn to the guards and say, "Gentlemen, we need the room."
They bow quickly and retreat, shutting the door behind them as you all are assembled around the body. Raven walks over and she just looks and is like, "This is strange."
So what are you reading off of the body?
She places her hand on it, and as soon as she does, she pulls back a little bit and is like, "I've never had that happen before." As you can see, she's rubbing her hand. It was like an electric, like a shock. It's like, what happened to this woman? Do we know?
She has found
some sort of
on the
necromantic
roadside-ish.
some sort of necromantic spell for death. When we found her, she had the veins were clear and dark on her skin.
Then how is she looking like this now? She should still be afflicted.
Our cleric here, Kiffy, casts gentle repose upon her.
Okay.
And while he was doing so, his hammer, see that divine thing on his back?
Yes.
It was glowing.
She says, "Master Kippy, do you mind if I touch your hammer?"
Okay. But
Just the tip.
Yeah. Just don't rub it or anything.
Okay, so she reaches out and she places her palm.
She grips the shaft.
She doesn't grip the shaft. No, she actually just reaches out to touch the head of the hammer. Had to put that in there because you sick bastards. And as she does so, she immediately pulls her hand back again. She said, "That's where that came from." Okay, I was not ready for that. And she just rubs her hands like, that's painful. Okay, this is different. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to reanimate her? I mean, we can have her walking around and.
I simply wanted to see what your thoughts were. If you could divine perhaps the nature of the powers that killed her, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. Do we want to talk to?
Well, it's
the dead.
I think it's going to be really hard to determine without actually speaking to her corpse, because the power that was used to repose her has completely cleaned her of any dark magics or any foul power that was used against her. That hammer right there literally cleansed her of whatever killed her. I can't even. She just looks over at you, Kiffy, and is like, "That's very powerful." Lord, she just rubs her. She can still. She's still being.
So Kiffy hit Calyx with it. So could Kiffy hit Calyx with the hammer and cure?
Sure, let's try.
Kippy just like
no.
Sure, it works like that.
Calyx has to describe his grip on the shaft.
Did it come with directions? How do you know it doesn't work like that?
You say direction or erection?
Well, first,
Direction.
you know,
EIR.
how do you know women think like that? Because they're the ones that use back massagers. That's all I got to say.
So
At least it goes where I want it to.
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready for that. Okay. Alrighty. So Raven looks over at you, Grinna, and says, "You may actually have a point. The only problem with this is that Kellex would actually have to die. The shadow demon, which is inside of him, would have to be driven from his body by the hammer. But the only problem with that is that then it would be loose to affect someone else. And once again, Kellex would have to die."
I'm not seeing a downside here.
Resurrection happens.
He did say Kellex has to die, not Tomas.
Right.
Ed,
He said, "But I
keep
don't
breeding
know."
those mushrooms, and eventually the odds will be that it'll go to all your massive mushrooms. It's just pure math.
But
I've actually thought when somebody walks away, I'm going to sprinkle some mushroom spores on the body.
Alex releases the shadow. Oh, sorry.
release the beast. So, but Raven says, "Now that is only a speculation. I do not really know if that would actually work. That hammer is very, very powerful. It obviously has powers that even you, Kiffy, may or may not understand or have harnessed yet, because it was forged not by just one god but two. I could feel that there was the power of two there within the hammer. You may be surprised as you grow in your power that so does the hammer."
Interesting. Double god power.
He said, "I personally don't think it would be a wise idea to slay Kellex just to try to release the shadow demon which is inside of him."
Well, I wouldn't even entertain that insane notion.
But obviously Grinna
I love
was.
you too.
So says, "Well, if you would like to talk with her."
Oh, go ahead.
Said, "If you would like for me to cast talk with,
Should we
speak
talk
with the
with her?
dead, I think this would. Do you have questions ready?" And
You're
Yarn is muted.
I think I'm going to walk outside.
So, can I hear the question again? I'm sorry, I got pinged by work, which kind of threw me off. It was kind of weird. Anyway, sorry about that.
Okay.
I actually had to be sober and serious for a second.
Okay, sober and serious. So she asked, so do you want me to cast Speak with Dead so that we can get a little bit more information?
I'm personally in favor of that. I really am. Kiffy, you don't have Speak with Dead?
I don't talk to dead people. I make dead people.
Yeah.
Or not?
No, seriously. If the conversation is moving in that direction, I say I'll be outside.
Got to remember, Kiffy is stacking bodies and unstacking bodies. That's kind of his deal.
Oh man, we just invented a new role playing game that only I can play. Sober and serious.
What does Grinna think?
It sounds terrible.
Doesn't matter. You guys are going to do whatever you want to do. I'm just here for the ride.
Ouch.
You can see that's summer camp talking.
Yeah, let's.
Summertime.
I think for now, let's see if we need to come up with some questions.
Okay.
But
I guess the
Raven?
one question I have is how many questions are we allowed?
5.
No.
Well, according to the D&D movie, you get 3, but you got to make sure you ask that third question.
Or you could just say fuck it.
Or they don't go.
Yeah, we get 5 questions.
Yeah.
Under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. I mean, to me, I think the first question we ask is, what were you doing just before you died? Because that really anchors us at a moment in time and makes the spirit think in a focused manner.
I was taking a shit.
Like, if she was, man, there's question 2, 3, and 4 are going to be completely different. But
Oh.
from there, I'd probably ask her, who was the last person you saw before she died?
Do you know who killed you?
Did you know the person that killed you is my number 3. Number 4 is, why would someone want you dead? And then who was it? I mean, we can stem the final 2 questions based off what the answers are. And we walk away from the dead body so that any of us saying, what if, and they don't inadvertently answer like the stupid movie, stand around the body and ask stuff and have conversation, walk the fuck away and come back. Jeez.
Yep. I will not be there when the body is questioned.
Okay. So the only people that are in the room are going to be the rest of you except Yarn and Raven. Okay. So very good. So Raven casts the spell as you see the dark necromantic energies radiating from, and you can see that as she's casting it, it's like it's fighting against the radiance which has filled the body from Kiffy's hammer. So it takes a while, and you can see that as Raven is working on this, you can see that she is breaking a sweat until finally you see the chest rise as a semblance of life once again fills the body of the Exalted Lady. She immediately turns to you, Kiffy, and she says, in the future, if you have to have this done, please don't cast Gentle Repose ever again. As she just sort of slumps back into a chair as she looks over at you, the rest of you, and says, so, ask your questions.
I guess the first thought is, I wonder if that's what Bill Cosby thought. Don't cast Gentle Repose first. Anyway, questions. Where I just lost my sheet. What were you doing just before you died?
You see that there's just sort of a raspy, dry voice as it says, I was riding. I was on my horse heading to Pelik.
Okay. Back to start typing, put it in a different sheet. So, downside. Who was the last person you saw before your death?
End of this section.
It was my escort. His name was Tyrus. I saw him. He was riding in front of me.
This is not going the way you wanted it to.
Do you know the person who killed you?
It just said, no, I was blinded before I could see them.
All right.
So there's 3.
Why? Why?
Were you fearful of assassination before coming to Pellic?
No, I was not.
All right, I think that's all the information we can get out of her. So, as the fifth question, have you heard of Lord Ambassador Tomas Waverley's new virtual Bardus system that is now starting to sweep Greyhawk?
It takes a couple of seconds into. No, I do not know of this device.
Damn it. See, I released her there. That way she
Okay.
didn't have a fifth question.
All right.
Well, that's a good question.
So, yeah, the body falls silent. The breath that was filling the lungs escapes, and once again, the body lies quiet.
And I pass one of the Marillions over and say, "May your rest be, may your sleep be restful." And allow them to
I think
spore all over.
Spore all over.
Yeah, what exactly does the dwarven gods say to that?
Gonna get
I think the dwarven gods would not have a problem with it because they have limited tillable ground to begin with, and they would work with mushrooms and stuff. I guarantee dwarves recycle their bodies into flesh to eat.
Sentient mushroom?
Oh, dwarves definitely are into the mycelia and stuff. They're just not into the fucking sentient, brain-altering mycelia.
Yeah, you don't see the dwarves just taking a little side trip into the Feywild to gather shrooms.
We are not tripping balls constantly. We're just taking beers.
Maybe maybe they should try it.
That's what I say.
Loosen up a little.
All right. All right, what do you guys think?
I think you wasted a spell.
What about this?
It wasn't my spell.
Kilix, you were saying?
What about this escort? Do we know if he was at the ball?
You do not.
I think that's certainly a question, someone to track down, see if we can find.
If we can find him, yeah.
Yep, his name is Tyrus. I agree. I think, did he make it to the ball?
You did not see anyone that looked like they were with the Exalted Lady.
I suspect they came in, wiped out the whole party, and did unspeakable and funny things to everybody, and then moved on.
I think they would have found more bodies.
Don't disagree.
It doesn't mean that
Well, no,
guardians
if she did ride in, not saying that she didn't kill them all and the horses as well, and then just appeared at the near the gates, but maybe you should ask the guards to find out if when the Exalted Lady came through, was there anybody with her?
Okay.
Well, with all of this said, Raven, what do you know of curses?
Well, they can be detected. Why do you have an item that might be cursed?
Yes.
Oh.
We have something that was we're certain is cursed.
And May I
yarn.
may I see this item?
Yes. Helix, would you step out and get yarn, please?
Hold on for a minute. I gotta do another. We're gonna do a check here. All right. You can see he's very hesitant. He doesn't really want to leave, but he understands, and we'll go get yarn.
Okay. So yeah, as you step out into the hallway, you see Yarn is, I guess, in the hallway, or where'd you head off to, Yarn? It's your call.
Yeah. Mute.
You're muted, Yarn.
You're muted. While he unmutes himself, I'm going to go find the captain of the guard.
Okay.
And talk to them to see if they saw anything.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not in the hallway. I went to go look for a beer, and then I decided that I'm just going to go back to the tower.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So Kellex, as you step out in the hallway, you do not see Yarn at all. So Grinna, as you take off, you are able to find the captain of the guard and talk to them. He was alerted to the presence of the Exalted Lady's body and had questioned the gate guards and found out that they did not actually see her enter the city.
Oh. Okay, so when were you guys made aware of where she was?
Being that so many of the royal houses and royal people who showed up appeared by portal, it was not expected that she was going to be arriving by horse.
So how did she arrive here? Did she come through a portal, or did she?
You don't know?
Or was she just here?
You're not sure. They don't know.
Awesome. I foresee more training in your future, gentlemen.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Okay. So, Kellex, are you going to go looking for Yarn, or are you just going to step back in?
I think I understand what Timble was attempting to do, and I guess he's going to respect Timble's thoughts on this. So he's actually, you know what? He's got so much in his mind right now. He's actually going to kneel down and he's going to pray to Heronius.
Oh, can you give me a percentile check, sir?
Oh, percentile. Okay.
Yeah, just give me a roll. I'm going to see where you end up at. Wow. That's pretty impressive. So as you were sitting, as you were kneeling there in the hallway by yourself, you, as you call out, you have a warm feeling just kind of overtakes you. As you slowly open your eyes, you realize that you are being bathed in a yellowish white light. You look down very quickly at the hilt of your sword, and the entity which resides within your sword says to you in your mind, "Behold, we are in the presence of the paladin." And as you don't see any other people in the hallway. Actually, time just seems to slow as you are bathed in this light. And what are you asking? What are you saying?
Heronius, Lord of valor and justice, I come to you as not just as a paladin of light, but a man cast in shadow. I need your guidance now more than ever, as I've lost someone who I felt tethered to my soul to this world. I feel fury clawing within me, asking for vengeance, but it needs to be justice. And he kind of leaves it at that.
You hear echoing through your mind a very kind but very very stern voice, and it says to you, Kellex, you have been chosen. The creature that you carry with you is not to be expelled yet. There is a purpose. Everything that I have laid in front of you is for a purpose. But you will be free, and there will come a time when that which is lost can be returned to you. And then the light fades, and you're filled with hope. You're filled with this message that was sent, was that the shadow demon within you, there's a purpose to it. You don't understand what the purpose is. It is to be, of course, revealed to you, obviously, in time. But the thing that really kind of drives you and fills you with hope is that the line that Heronius said to you is that there will come a time when that which was lost will once again be returned to you.
Okay. I guess, I don't know. I guess there's two questions now that
so many questions.
Kellex would have. Yeah, would ask. He doesn't want it. Okay, obviously, Heronius says it cannot be released or expelled. But does he want it to? Does he feel like I should allow to nurture it or let it grow within me?
You're kind of thinking that it has to be kept at bay, but there is a time that it will be needed.
All the information is on the website when I get home.
And somebody's got an open mic.
Yeah. Open mic.
It's Melinda.
I would say hot mic, but I know that's me. So that's. So I guess the other thing is like, well, I guess he's a little. I guess Kellex doesn't want to get his hopes up on what that meaning could be, but he could also mean that I would be. I guess I wouldn't say my soul, but my being would be fully returned to me because it's, there's something a part of me that shouldn't be there, but it's obviously being used as a tool in a way. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
He's not going to get his hopes up.
Very good. We need to move this along, guys.
Okay.
I want to kill something.
Okay. So, yeah, you once again get to your feet, feeling a little better about the situation. But yeah, still so many questions.
Many questions. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you returning back to the room, or are you going to find Yarn?
Yes, I'll return back to the room.
Okay. So, yeah, Temple, you see that he returns, but there is no Yarn.
He wasn't out in the hallway. I'm not sure where he went to.
And for the record, I'm here. I'm just eating.
Okay.
You're muted, Timble. You're muted, Timble.
I will look to one of the guards that were waiting outside or wherever they went. If there's no guards out there, I'm going to go find some fucking guards because I'm going to say, could someone please tell me where Yarn has gone and bring him to the room once again.
Okay. So you were able to find the guards that had posted themselves on either end of the hallway, and they said that he had went back through the Great Hall and out. So they scramble a few of them to try to find out where he is at. Yarn, you are in your tower, and you hear 3 sharp knocks on the door. Yes.
Time out. They can't find the door.
Okay. That's right. There's no door. So, yeah. So probably after about a good 15 minutes, the guards eventually come back to you, Timble, and say, unfortunately, Lord Timble, Master Yarn cannot be found at this time. I'm sorry.
You don't know the secret knock. Go to the room above him and knock 3 times on the ceiling because we want him.
It's only 9:23.
Oh!
You could cut it short.
Oh! There was a reason I did the guards and wards.
Yes. That is true.
Obviously, we can't wait for Yarn. But proceed, Timble.
He has the ring. I do not.
That's true.
That will change.
So maybe we cut it
You're
short.
announcing your crime before you commit it?
Find him. Perhaps he was taken.
Well, I guess that's the question. Did Major Babble Boots return?
Suppose so.
After some time, yes. Grenna did once again appear. You can see that probably your what is your I don't know, are you flustered, or are you upset with the guards, or are you just kind of annoyed? Yes.
Your scrotum holes are not working correctly?
No, they're not. I guess I need to shave them again.
Oh boy.
Lord. I could not mute myself fast enough.
Have y'all never seen the movie Major Payne?
Yes.
Oh, love that movie.
Yes. Great movie.
I showed that to Melinda, and she just started grabbing lines from that movie.
Okay, so yes, Grenna returns looking very annoyed.
Where's Yarn?
That's a good fucking question.
Yep.
How did you lose him? I blame you.
He's the one that left the room. Of course, he's the one that's always bitching about us getting split. I don't know. At this point, we don't know where he's at, and no one can find him, including the guards. Maybe they do need some extra training. But the guards can't find him. No one can find him. Then, well.
Do you have a way of messaging him?
I don't know, Brian. Is it possible for me to talk to him if I can't see him?
If you're talking about the cantrip message, no.
Because he's somebody that I'm familiar with and would know. I think I do have to be
I think
near
you have to
them.
see them. Yeah, that's a shame.
But could I try?
What time of night is it right now, Brian?
Let's see, it's late. So you're thinking that it is probably closer to probably right around 10 or 11 o'clock. It's getting late.
maybe we just perhaps should just retire and talk with Yarn more on this in the morning. Because I think Kellex, after he's got a little hope, I think that exhaustion is really starting to hit him now.
Yeah.
Kiffy, do you have brethren in the keep?
Well, no.
No.
This is a human place.
Remember, he was the only one that can sign for the Dwarven Nation.
Yep.
I used to have an uncle. For some friggin' humans killed him.
Actually, it was a dragon.
A
dragon.
As a matter of fact, you know the dragon.
Yeah.
Speaking about talk about conflicted.
You've already rode upon the dragon. You've rode upon the dragon that killed your uncle.
But he did try to ride that dragon.
And he saved that dragon's life by casting Cure Wounds on it.
That is true.
Oh, could I ask a castle mouse if they know where he is?
The what?
The who?
Castle mouse. Or castle cat. Don't they have mice and cats running around the building?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could probably talk to some sort of little animals that are roaming free in the castle. I mean, there are definitely mice, and of course there are cats that, you know. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
nothing better to do with my time. Why not?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So you find a cat that has been kind of like roaming around in the courtyard area hunting mice. Roll a percentile die to see if this kitty cat has actually seen Yarn.
Oh, hi.
Oh, no, that's okay. I didn't need to know. Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah. You were able to find a cat that knows where Yarn's at, and the cat talks to you and says, "Yes, I know.
Meow,
yeah, meow, meow,
meow, meow,
meow, meow, meow. Yeah, it's like talking to Pikachu." Yeah. So it says, yes, I know where the magician is. Meow.
Could you please lead the way? Following ways I can go.
Of course, I would be happy to lead you to where he is. Meow. And so you follow this cat, and it finally takes you to the base of the tower, but you can find no door.
Yay.
They also,
so I'm going to give the cat.
Yeah, they also call Yarn Tim.
No, go ahead.
They call Yarn. Okay, so yeah, so
I'm going to give the cat a treat.
Oh wow! So it says, "Oh, thank you so much, meow."
Oh my goodness! Is there any way for me to see if there is a door that may be hidden?
If you use perception. Boo.
Didn't Yarn give us some information?
Yes, she'll see it. She'll see the door.
I can't even hear him, so it doesn't really matter what he says.
She will see the door.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, the door appears in front of you, and you can enter it. Now, I think aren't there like all types of crazy traps and shit that are set up all over the place? So yeah, you may not survive it, but
well, no.
But I thought he set them to where we could pass through them.
Yes, he did. If it had been somebody else,
Okay.
they wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it.
It wouldn't have opened.
Yeah. Okay. So you find Yarn in his tower. I'm not sure what he was doing up there, but he was doing something.
Studying, of
He
course.
was studying.
gentle
That's
repose
what,
with
that's what the kids call it these days.
and Vaseline.
He was on OnlyFans.
No,
We're back to
crying.
that.
Holding
Thought it was only Faye.
Only Faye.
Veins.
veins.
Okay, so that is where you find him.
Veins.
You find him studying some scrolls, some manuscripts are laid out on his workbench, and you see Grenna walk up into the tower yarn. So,
Hello.
They want. What is her name? Oh my gosh. Tymble's girlfriend to look at the ring and see if it's cursed.
No,
No?
no.
Team player, you are.
This is a.
I can't hear you.
Really? Is this
That's the
better?
language she uses.
How about now? Is this better? Is
Try
this better?
again?
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think that bringing that ring back right now is a good idea.
I'm just passing the message on, man. I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm gonna go to bed too.
Nah.
All right. Knock on the freaking door. No, wizard lock. Wizard lock on the freaking.
okay. So Grenna, you I guess return back to talk with Temple and the rest of them.
Yeah. I tell him about how big of a team player he is, and we'll just have to try again in the morning.
Okay. Well.
Good night.
Good night.
Be wizards.
So Raven turns to you and says, "So, I'll stick around till tomorrow, I guess."
If you don't mind, I'm sure Timble would love to have your company tonight.
Oh, I'm sure he would. And she just kind of gives you a sly smile. She said, "Well, I believe that it is definitely getting late." Said. So yeah, she gets ready to walk out the room, and she turns to you real quick, Temple, and she says, "I'm on the 3rd floor, second door from the right." and then just leaves it at that and walks away. So
3 times.
So well, the rest of you I guess are retiring.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
I have to go talk with someone.
Okay. Well, of course you do.
I'm going to stop by, blacksmith someone.
At 11 o'clock at night?
11 o'clock
I
at night.
severely doubt it.
They may
That's
not
going to be one dedicated blacksmith.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't think that's going to happen.
Nothing should be there, and there are tools there that I would like to procure.
Oh, okay, so you're going to break into a blacksmith shop and steal their tools?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds fine. This sounds totally sane. Okay, so that's what Timble's doing. Pav, I guess you are retiring because the exhaustion is finally met your limit.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, how's that going to work? Do I regain some?
Yeah. What you'll do is you will not be. If you sleep the entire 8 hours, you do a long rest, you should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, that'll take care of that. Kiffy, are you also, or are you clubbing the rest of the night?
No, I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
It's boring as hell. I'm going to sleep.
Okay, Sir Tomas, what are you up to? Are you sleeping, or are you going to paint the town red?
Sir Tomas, or Lord Ambassador Tomas, is currently feverishly researching if pitfiendfinder.com is available, because I suspect that is the website that Yarn was looking at if he wasn't on OnlyFans.
Jesus. Okay. Great. And Major Babble Boots, what are you up to? Are you going to sleep, or are you going to be stalking the halls?
I may stalk the halls till about midnight and then go to bed.
Okay. Very good. Alrighty. Okay, well, with that in mind, I think this is probably a fine place to stop for the evening. Wow. Okay.
You're not going to let me go knock on his door?
I'm sorry, what you're doing?
You're not going to let me go knock on his door?
We can pick that up next time.
But I'm really annoyed now, so it works. Won't be next time.
Highly annoyed now. Yeah. Well, after you take some time to break into someone's blacksmith shop and steal one of their tools, I don't know what tools you were taking, but
I was looking for any pick or axe that they may have been creating. I'll take those, and I do intend to bring them back.
Oh, okay.
After I get someone's attention.
Well, that's nice. Alrighty. All right. So,
a crowbar?
I need more of a crowbar to go through the wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so for folks watching later on YouTube or here on Twitch, thank you all very much for hanging out with us this evening and checking us out. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook page over at The Mystic Syndicate. Just type us in any Google search engine and you will be able to find The Mystic Syndicate. It is us. It's cool. You can also find our podcast there as well. You can go over to Podbean. You can also find us on iTunes and Spotify. So make sure to check out The Mystic Syndicate. And you can listen to all of our programs that we have published over the last, was it 2 years? We've been doing this?
Seems like it. Woo!
Yeah, it seems like forever. God, it seems like it won't stop. No, but yeah, make sure to do that. Guys, thank you all very much for hanging out this evening and coming to play. Hopefully we can do it again next week. I don't know what the plans are. I know I don't have anything going on. What's that?
Well, you do, Brian. You have something on Tuesday.
I do have something on Tuesday. Yes, we are going to be doing the Dungeons and DiGiorno game ran by Ed. So that's cool. Ed's going to be running that. We're going to be eating pizza and playing Dungeons and Dragons the way God intended.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
For the record,
but without the smell.
We do now own Pit. We do own the name pitfiendfinder.com.
Pitfiendfinder.com.
John, you naughty, naughty boy.
Gosh. Pitfiendfinder.
I guess everybody needs a hobby.
I guess so. All right, guys. Well, that's wonderful. Pitfiendfinder.com. Oh, God. Alrighty. That's great. Okay.
What could possibly go wrong with this?
Oh, what?
It was almost.
Let me count the ways.
The possibilities of what could go wrong with this.
Is Zorn porn available?
I guess you'll look it up and find out.
I am.
I don't know. Zorn porn. Jeez.
Yes, it's available. XORNporn.com.
That's great. Once again, not sure what it'll be used for, but who knows? I don't know.
It'll be if nothing else, it'll be used to make me laugh.
My greatest fear is that I'm going to get get very old, and then